Good morning. Happy Sunday, everybody. I should be live now. Let me know if you could hear me in the chat. I'll say hi to a couple of you who were in here early. Mark L asked, should I do UDM to aggregation, then enterprise, or others, and other switches, or UDM enterprise? Do UDM SE, then the aggregation, and then all your switches into the aggregation. Ferris, good morning. Happy Sunday. It is a little earlier, maybe for some people, because we had a time change here. I'm not too sure what the rating is of the G4 Pro door. I think that adapter's still in early access, is it not? It should say, though, if you look at the specs. Frederick from Central Texas. Nice. Let's see, 92 Fahrenheit. Oh, that's pretty hot. Pretty hot. It's -9 Celsius here right now. Major Tendonitis, how's it going? From BC. Gamers New Republic, how's it going? Matt, Glenn, Kim, Kevin, Michael, Tim, Jeff, and then who else do we have? Tony from the Faroe Islands. I have no idea where that is. Let me take a look on my side screen. Ah, Denmark. Nice. It's like -10 feels like 20. I have the air conditioning on right now, even though it's -9. Zondi, I'm butchering that name, but I'll just call you Zondi. How's it going? From South Africa. People from all over the world. That's pretty far from me. 22C. You know what? I'd be fine with like if the weather was at like 10 all year round. Whoops, let me turn my phone off. Got Wired, good morning. How's it going? Winnipeg. I haven't been to Winnipeg. I haven't been really anywhere in Canada. You know, Toronto, Niagara Falls, those type things. But other than that, I haven't even been to Montreal. Stuart, how's it going? Good morning. I love having AC on. I need it cold all year round. Taking a break from putting a fence post to watch live stream. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's something that I would definitely hire somebody to do. I'm not handy like that to be able to do that type of stuff. This is a Blink-182 shirt. I guess I could show it off. Actually, here, I'll just go to the website. Let me go to the website. So, Mark Hoppus from Blink-182. Hi, my name is Mark. He has this weird fascination with octopuses, I guess, and he does a lot of designs on it. Let's see. I don't even know if the t-shirt's for sale anymore. Like, he's got I guess that's just his logo that he uses. So it's this one. It's the octopus bat. That's what it is. It's pretty cool. I mean, actually, that's the hat I'm wearing right now. If you couldn't tell, I'm a Blink-182 fan. It's snowing in Michigan. It was snowing here 2 nights ago. Yes, smash that like button. 40 people here, 8 likes. Oh, I would hate to do the concrete work. That would suck. We were having, like, when we were building the backyard, we put patio slabs down, but there was like 50 of them. Chantel and I tried to level them. We couldn't get one done, so we just hired somebody. 70 in San Antonio. Taking a break from drip irrigation install. Wow. This is my 3rd cup of coffee as well. I was up. I actually went live stream last night at like 10 or 9 o'clock at night. I was just doing some Lego, and it was only like a 15-minute live stream, so we didn't get into much. I had a TikTok live stream, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna hop on YouTube for a little bit, see if anybody's up at this time. There wasn't a ton of people on. So today what we're going to talk about, Unifi Talk, Unifi Connect, upcoming jobs, Ubiquity. I don't know if I talked about this in the last live stream. I don't remember. Let me look through my media here. Forget how long ago I got this. March 6th. What day is it? So maybe? Oops. Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, so Ubiquity sent me some gear. As you could tell, they sent me this big 21.5-inch Unifi Connect display, which we'll get into in a second. And then they sent me this G5 dome because I didn't have one before. I think the first video we'll do is on the Dome. We'll do a comparison between the Dome, the G4 and the G5. I'm hoping the infrared's better on this than it is on the G5 Bullet. I wasn't super impressed. And then this is a item that shall not be named because it's still in early access. But that's going to be cool. Max, good morning. How's it going? Yeah, I want Unifi Talk to come to Canada too, but who knows when it will release. So one thing, I was going to start my Unifi Connect video. This was a couple days ago. And when I opened the box, which was great, it's a very nice looking screen. The problem, you have to buy a mount separately. I guess you don't need to buy their mount for like the Vesta. You could just buy whatever. I thought it came with a mount, so I'm taking it out of the box. I'm trying to figure out what the heck is going on. How can I stand this up? So I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to do this review. Because when we're looking at it anyway, I need to have like a top-down camera view so that you could see the screens and stuff like that. So I might not even need a mount, but eventually I probably want to get like this Vesta arm, which I think is still in early access as well. So we'll see. Because I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with this after I review it. Because it's a fairly large screen, and I already have 3 screens sitting in front of me. Lights. Oh, there we go. But we'll test everything out. So you could do Unifi Connect, you could display media, web pages, and Android apps with Unifi Connect, which I'm not 100% sure what we could do with, but we'll go all into that. I think it's going to be cool. John, good morning from Idaho. I've got Unifi Connect myself on the Unifi OS. Nice. I have a few Unifi Connect displays that were in EA, but they did a revision on it, so I can't review those, which sucks. Going to use Unifi Talk analog adapters for my elevator. Oh, nice. That's an interesting use case. Several of my camera's G5 Pro or G4 Pro, G5, G4 bullets are very soft and not very clear. Especially at night. I'm looking at them on the 4K monitors, not sure. Not sure. Maybe you need to get like a IR extender. I can't set up Unifi Talk until I get a phone. Yes. Where can you buy one? I'm not too sure. So where I got mine, originally I was using a freight forwarder and it worked to get gear across the border. Ubiquity's cracked down on that, so you can't do it anymore. I have a bunch of phones here, but like I have probably 10 phones. A couple of them are for clients and stuff like that, and then the other ones are for my testing. And they have increased price quite a bit. Like if you hadn't looked at this before, I think these were $129. And they also look like new models because they have this little slider over the webcam, which they didn't before. I don't know if anybody's ordered a Unifi Talk phone recently and if they have that slider or not. Yes, remove the plastic film if you haven't removed that. Some people always forget to do that. I mean, there's different use cases. I like GrandStream as well, but Unifi Talk, if you're already in the Unifi ecosystem and you're only doing like a small setup, why wouldn't you use Unifi Talk? Let's see. Hey Cody, I'm new to the UDM SE. I bought one with 5 G5 cameras. I'm trying to find a way to lock the MAC on the cameras. I don't think you could do MAC address locking on the ports of the UDM. I'm pretty sure you can't. I'm not sure if they're making the USGs anymore, the 3P and the Pro 4. I know they did release some like not long ago, probably a month or 2 ago. The GrandStream will do the Unifi Protect app, which, like, are you talking about the video phones? That's just because it's an Android app. Bruce, good morning. How's it going? Yeah, it is early. Like, it's 11 o'clock, but really it's 10 o'clock, right? The hour jumped ahead. Good morning. Smash the like button. Yes. My Touch Max white phone shows up as an Android cell phone under the client list instead. That's weird. But I mean, on the back end of it, it's just Android anyway. Spaceman, it's going well. I was wondering if you'd show subscribers home racks, maybe provide an email to send them. So I did before. I guess I could always have an email for that. I could always the problem is I'm going to have to pay like $20 a month for a Gmail account for that. I could always just make a fake, not a fake Gmail account, but not one off my domain. So what I did before, like, well, here, let's look. I've already done it. I've done a couple of videos of it. What was it? Home lab. Yeah, like here we go. Like looking here, I have a home lab contest results. This one's, I like this one. That was good. Well, that's mine. Home lab viewer submissions. Rating viewers home lab. So I've done 1, 2, 3. I've done 4 videos on it. We might do it again. Because I was planning on doing giveaways and stuff like that while I'm doing them, but I don't know. We'll see. If I do set up an email for it, I will let everybody know during a live stream, and then I'll also tweet it out. I've only got the CloudKey Gen 2, and it's got a whole lot OS potential and functionality with apps. Yep. I've never upgraded the SSD, though. Did you see the instructions on Reddit for setting up the UNVR as a NAS? No, I didn't. Somebody was talking about that, asking if it could be a NAS, and I think it would be kind of cool. I think it would be kind of cool to try it out. I'll look into it later. I would tell you to link a post or put a link in the chat, but it will just get killed. Your PCMD, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Those hotel phones look really cool. Kilnai, how's it going? Use your subreddit for submissions. I don't do it. I don't have a subreddit. I don't think. I know there's a bunch of people who follow me on Reddit, but I guess I could do that as well. That might be easier. I don't use Reddit a whole lot. Like, let's see how many people follow me on here. I don't even. Oh, I guess it's just u/Mac Telecom Networks, or I don't even know. I have no. I don't know how Reddit works. I'm hardly on it. I go onto the Ubiquity Reddit, and that's it. And sometimes like Cable Nightmare. Okay, come here. Come here. Wait, who is that? Oh, that's not Mocha. That's Nilla. Has anyone connected a Unifi camera on a remote site to the public, but no Unifi care? You could do it through a site-to-site. You do it through a site-to-site VPN, but it will like a ton of bandwidth. Well, it's not worth it. I wouldn't do it. I do have a Discord. I do. What is the Discord? It's like in pretty much every one of my videos. I think I have a link to it. I'll try to find it right now. Here you go. Oop. What is that cat doing? She's underneath my... I hope she's not stuck. She's underneath that dresser right now. I could hear her sliding around. If I pay you to send me one of the phones, I can't, because the ones that I use are for testing and the other ones are for a client. Marcus, how's it going? Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. I was finally able to snag a G5 Dome this afternoon's project to set up. Nice. I haven't used the G5 Dome yet. I have it in a box over here. I could tell you the packaging is a lot nicer than the G4, but that's pretty much it. I do have a Discord. Yeah, I mean, I don't promote my Discord a whole ton. Realistic, like we have a bunch of different subcategories, and most people just talk in general. I think we got about 1,100 people in there or something like that. You could do submissions in Discord as well, yeah. So what I did originally, I had people submitting from Twitter, I had people submitting from like Facebook, Instagram, and that did become too much. I think the one submission video, I had like 350 submissions. Well, you don't need, for the site to site, you don't need unified gear on both sides. You just need of a router or a firewall capable of VPN. Oh no. Sorry if you guys heard that cough. Okay, there we go. My Go XLR app wasn't up, so it doesn't, when it's not up and I hit the mute button, it doesn't work. Should I do yep, Mark. So this is the way you should do it. You should do UDM to aggregation and then all your other switches into your aggregation switch. That's how it's supposed to be. Z guy, how's it going? Alex, good morning. Smash the like button. Yes, please. How many people we got in here now? 67. I got a long week coming up, and we'll talk about that shortly. Thoughts on this Switch Flex XG? Which one is that again? I think they sent me that a while ago. I believe I did a review on it. Frickin' throat. Oh, this one right here. I think I probably messed up a little bit in my review. I forget. I'd have to go back over it. I was saying, like, why would they... So this is a PoE in, but it's only a 1 gig. And I'm like, oh, why would they only provide you with a 1 gig? You can power this by, I think it's USB-C. If you really wanted 10 gig to the Switch, you could just use one of these ports as an uplink. Yeah, I have this Switch in my basement. It's just sitting there, not doing anything right now. It's not even plugged in. I didn't mind it. For a little 10 gig Switch, like if you have a NAS and, you know, a couple other 10 gig devices, it wouldn't be bad. I mean, it is $299 though, which is a little expensive. Whereas you could get like a MikroTik, I don't use MikroTik, but I know they're, how much are those? MikroTik. I knew I would end up going on Amazon. I should have signed out. There we go. Amazon.com. MikroTik 10K. Or 10K. 10 GB. I mean, it's not too bad, like off price point. It's a little more. I mean, $100 more. $168 for this MikroTik 10G. I don't know. Like, is this uplink though only 1 gig? I guess it is. So this is kind of the same setup, right? They have your PoE in, which would be your 1 gig, and then they got 10 gig. The good thing about this one, you could do it fiber or copper DAC cables or whatever, because they just leave the cages open. But if you want it easy to configure, Unifi is definitely the way to go. Let's see. I have one. Okay, so but I'm having issues with maintaining 2 to 2.5. Maybe it's your SOP adapters potentially. I don't use mine. Like I don't use mine at all. I did it for a video. I do have a customer who's using the 8-port version of it. I think it's, where the heck is it? This one right here, and they haven't had one issue with it. They love this switch. PF Sense is nice to Fisi. I don't know what that means. That first word is nice to have a reset. Mine did the update and stopped happening. I'm not 100% sure what you mean there. Let's see. John, how's it going? Good morning. It's pay week for my company. Nice. It's a little different when you own a company. Pay weeks are a little. You gotta work to make your money, and I do it a little bit differently because I'm a sole proprietor. It's just me. So anything I get, like income I make, it's just my money, right? I don't really have like pay, you know, I'm not paying myself $1,000 a week or something like that. It's not normal pay. Could you do a video about my throat? 1 sec. Holy moly. Okay, could you do a video about connecting IoT from a different network? I can't figure it out. I think I have that. I mean, I have a bunch of different videos. Really, an IoT network is just a separate network. And then you just create firewall rules to allow whatever in and out that you need. What are your thoughts on using the mesh APs versus the actual... Well, Ubiquity's language is very weird with all these access points. So they say mesh, right? You have these... that's not it. This one right here. It says mesh. But realistically, pretty well every one of their access points could do meshing. So is it it doesn't make sense. You could use their U6 Pro as mesh. I would go with these style if you like it. If you like this style better, than the disc, then go with it. I'm typically using the U6 Pros now for installs, for business installs anyway. I use that switch 10 gig and use the 1 gig for Sonos. Oh, that's actually not bad. Ubiquiti tax, yep. What is the best point-to-point to use for connecting remote access points? If you, I don't do a whole lot of point-to-point or point-to-multi-point installs. If you want ease of use, building-to-building bridges, but you're paying for that because this integrates within Unifi, and it's very easy to point together. So if you have, you know, a fairly long distance to go, you could just point these these point-to-point bridges together, and if you need to turn it to the right a little bit, this will show red, so you know how you're going to aim it. These are a bit cheaper though, like the 60 gigahertz right here, 179 bucks. These don't integrate with Unifi, so you have to go to it by its IP. It's more like a UISP gear, and it's harder to aim. So 179, you're looking at like, you know, just under 400 bucks, or you pay $499 for the set. That already come paired together. Yes, I have. Have you tested dual WAN for both failover and load balancing? I have. I think I did that in my Unifi 3.0 video. Once the UDM Pro 2.5. whatever comes out, I'm going to do a different video or a separate video on it, showing all the new features that come to UDM Pro, even though they're already out for the UDM SE. But that's one of them. I'll go over that. I haven't found the Ubiquiti SFP modules slow. I think they're pretty good. I mean, they've worked for me. I haven't noticed any slowdowns with them. I still do pfSense installs. Yep. Single member pass through LLC. The new update 2.5, I think it just got stuck looping the update over. So there was a couple people who had issues with it, but that's why it hasn't been pushed to general yet. U6LR is power hungry. So when you're doing deployments, or if you're a business and you're deploying Wi-Fi for other businesses, one thing you need to look up, because what a lot of people will do, they'll reach out to me, oh, my access point's not powering. Well, you need to make sure you have enough power on your switch. I think these are like 14 or 15 watts. Where'd it go? 18 watts. Holy. So these are 18.5 watts each. And if you were getting a switch like this guy, the 24 PoE, where'd you go? It only has 95 watts. So you're only putting on like a maximum of 4 of those access points. Maybe you can, I don't think you would put 5. So you really have to be careful about that. Anyone else having issues after the Pro upgrade? I have not. Nope. Well, we do it a little bit differently here. Like, we don't have LLCs. I'm in Canada. It has taken on a new meaning, yeah. All because of that one song. I have a room that is not capable of mounting the U6 Pro on the ceiling. The basement has a Pro mounted on the same floor. Would it be okay to place the mesh? Yeah, I think that would be all right. Yeah. I mean, if you can't get a physical cable to it, I probably wouldn't even do the mesh because you still have to power it up with the PoE injector. I would do this. These are like full mesh because there's no Ethernet on it. You just plug it into a wall outlet. Let's see. Your pfSense appliance is the old SG. I have the SG 6100 and I have a couple 1100 sitting here. We installed a 2100 not long ago, 4100, 7100. I don't know. There's a bunch of them. UDM Pro SE and putting 10 gig fiber into the SFP port, burn it up. Well, that sucks. One good thing about Unifi in the US anyway, right now, they have oh no, not that. Unifi consoles. Oh, there's Dream Machine SE. They have the UI Care. I don't know if they're going to bring that out to Canada or other parts of the world. I probably wouldn't buy this for myself, but for my businesses that I look after, I definitely would. It's like $90 for an extra 3 years. That coffee is getting nasty. UDM failover works fall. It was on a Zoom call, and with it, yes, it does. It's like a 2-second delay, and that's it. Speaking of firewall, or I don't know if I have a full screen here. Can I do a full screen? I don't. Let me see. You guys might lose my face for a second. Oh no, you won't. Perfect. So Protectly, if you've heard of Protectly, they sent me this box. These are 4 2.5 gigabit connections there, and they got a bunch of stuff on the back. So they sent me that to do a review. They sent me a couple boxes before. So I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to put on it. I'm thinking I'm going to put XCP&G and just do a couple VMs on it. But they do allow you to do like OpenSense, pfSense. You could do Untangled on it and a ton of different operating systems. I should do that. So I was wearing a shirt yesterday, and I did a little live stream yesterday. So I had a shirt up before. I don't know if we could still see it. I ended up taking it down because I didn't want people to get, mad or offended or whatever. So across it just said nice rack. And it was a network rack picture on the screen. Within like 20 minutes, I'm like, I got to take that down. I thought it was a funny idea, but let's see if I could pull. I had a store, but I need somebody to design stuff for me. Oh, you know what? I took my store down. Okay. So we don't have one. And I have a couple mugs of my cat on it, but that's it. Steve, how's it going? You're sick of winter. It's not actually too bad out today. And yesterday was good. The weekend was pretty decent as well. I have the 24 port 95 watt. It's strange how they only have 95 watts. Yes. So if you look at, like, if you're comparing their last gen, like their Gen 1 switches, they had a lot more power. So you're looking here, you have an 8 port. This is a full 8 port PoE, but it's 150 watts. This one only had 4 PoE ports at 60 watts. So if we go look at the new 8 port switch, this only has 52 watts. So they're kind of cutting down on the wattage. We usually install these here. Like most of the time we're installing pro switches. Unless it's a network that doesn't need the 10 gig uplinks, then we'll, just do the regular ones if they don't need a whole ton of wattage. Like even this 48 port, it only has 195 watts. So if you're plugging in some phones, some cameras, some access points, you're going to overload that pretty quickly. Whereas the Pro, I think the 24 Pro has like a 400 watt limit. Sold out. Yep. Yeah, so the Pros have 400 watts, which I mean is a pretty good power budget on that. I've installed a NanoBeam 5 AC on my trailer and a NanoBeam AC on my golf cart. Oh, that's cool. That's actually interesting setup. We went to a restaurant, pub, bar the other day. I think I posted on Twitter. You don't see the meshes a whole lot anymore just because they're getting a little bit older. But I looked up and this is what I see. One of those units. And they had like 5 SSIDs on it. I don't know why. The place was so small. I think they had guest network. I don't know. They had like guest network. They had audio, video. They had point of sale. They had so many different networks. And I think the guy stapled the cable up here. It's kind of hard to tell, and then a bunch of wire mold. It doesn't look too bad. There wasn't much you could do there, but I just thought it was interesting. I liked seeing Ubiquiti devices in the wild. I'm only running 5 G4 Pro cameras and an AP, so no issues. Yes, so that's why you need to do your power budget and make sure, like, I try not to go over like 80% of my power. Yeah, I'm sick of daylight saving time. I hope next year, like, I know there's a couple states, maybe it was Hawaii, that they passed a bill saying it's just gonna stay. We're not switching it. And I don't think they should either. 60 here in Idaho. Yeah, it's still -5 Celsius here. I don't know if they're making the USW or the US8 150 anymore. I'm not sure though. I always had issues with these switches when I had to reset them. The Gen 1 just felt a lot harder to get reset. I don't know if it was because the reset button always like got stuck or it just shifted when you put like a paper clip or something in. Is that a service loop on top? I think so. I mean, good for them for putting a bit of a service loop. I can't zoom in on it. Service loop with a outdoor tie wrap around it. I mean, it looks decently clean. I don't mind it. Could be a lot worse. You should see the cameras outside. Oh my God. It's horrible. How they cabled those things up. I wasn't going to take a picture of those. I almost feel like they're just dummy cameras. I don't know. Will the USW Enterprise ever be in stock? I don't know. I hope so, because those are my favorite switches. I have one in my network rack. I heard the 24 Pro was kind of noisy. I don't know. The thing is, like, I don't sit near my network rack, so I don't really hear it. Like when I'm in my basement, that's where my network rack is. I have a couch down there and I watch TV and whatever. I don't hear anything in my network rack. Well, I can't say that. The only time I do is sometimes I hear my NAS hard drive spinning. Once in a while. I have a AC on my tree. Oh, that's interesting. You know what I have? I have one of the Pro ones. I should put it in my backyard. Maybe I'll do that this summer. Can I wall mount a U6 Pro? Yes. So they show a couple of their radiation patterns. I don't know if they still have it in here. Let's see. Data sheet. Installation guide. I think they show it in their installation guide, don't they? Yeah, see? Yep. I think you'll get, I forget how it goes. I think you get faster speed if it's mounted down up, but if you mount it to your wall, it's going to go greater distance. The U6 Pros are great. I only have 2 access points in my house. Like I'm using the U6 Enterprise right now, and then I have the in-wall 6 in my middle room, and it works perfect. I did have a U6 Pro in the basement, and I'm like, I don't really need this. Yeah, they could have cut the wire shorter, but it works. And not a lot of people are going to be looking up for that stuff, right? Like it's only people like myself. I have the Switch Lite 16 PoE running through. Nice. Yeah, but that Switch also only has 8 ports that are PoE. And I don't know what the limit is on it. Let's see. 199 bucks. Not bad though. It's only a 45 watt budget. That's pretty low. I mean, it's not terrible. That's what's actually in this room. That's what this computer's plugged into right now. So I use it a lot for testing. I'll be plugging a bunch of IP phones for when I'm doing videos. Been waiting for the in-wall 60. Me too, because I have one in my basement in the box. That will be replacing my in-wall 6. I mounted my AP Pro under a floating shelf in my living room. Works fine, but was not recommended. No, probably not. Most likely not, but... So where my enterprise access point is, I forget what I was trying to do with this. I think I was meaning to put like a wall unit, like just one of their in-wall 6s. But when I was in my roof, I measured wrong and I drilled down. I was thinking I was drilling and like hitting the stud and then the wall cavity. I drilled down and went right through my roof. So that's why I decided we're going to be putting the access point there, which is pretty funny. I got a U6 light on my first floor, U6 in wall on the second floor, and the mesh on my tree. Yeah. I mean, the U6 lights are great too for covering small spaces. What have you been using as a solution, router and switch for customers with AT&T? Well, I don't have AT&T in Canada. So 1 gig, 5 gig UDM Pro, UDM SE. As for the switches, most people don't need 2.5 gig or 10 gig to their end devices, like their laptops and stuff. They might need it for Wi-Fi. But really, if you want 2.5, you're gonna, I mean, the best, oh, that's the XG. It sold out, like somebody just said. This is what I recommend. What the heck is it? Right here. But it also depends on how much money you want to spend, because this is $799 US. This is definitely my favorite switch by far, though. Light 8 PoE has a higher, yes, it does, which is very strange. I don't understand the thinking behind that. Okay, so Unifi Talk. Let's talk about Unifi Talk for a second. Let's go in there. So I just did a video based on, whoops, can't look at that. Just based on this. So this was more so about what I liked about this feature was that teleport VPN. So now we could just, send phones to the people who work with us for remote users. Just send them a phone directly from Ubiquiti, and then we could send them the QR code for the teleport. We'd scan the QR code and they automatically connect to our Unifi Talk. We have to adopt the phone and assign a user. That makes it really easy. And another thing they're going to be adding right here. So currently what we have to do, we would have to take a picture of that QR code and then send it to the worker. They have to scan it on the phone. But eventually, and it even shows in Unifi Talk, like the feature's coming, all you're going to have to do is press send email and it will send them an email, the QR code. And you don't even need to go into the Unifi Network controller to do it. You could just say send email and it will create a teleport link, which is awesome. I think it's a great feature. Carson, no problem with being late. My mouse is going really weird right now. Why can't I grab my face? I can't move my face over. What the heck is going on here? There we go. Let me bring chat back up. Deployed Depot. Oh, do they? I don't use Deployed Depot too often. I don't know if I've ever used them actually. I think maybe once. What do you have in your rack for networking? And what are you running overall for storage in your house? So, do you have a picture of it? I probably don't. I just use a StarTech. Let's just go back to Amazon. I'll show you what rack I have. Why are you throwing treats? Stop it. StarTech 25U. Chantel's throwing cat treats in here. So this is what I have downstairs right now. Currently, I don't know if I'll switch it out. It's working pretty fine. Let's see. I probably have some pictures of it, but don't know how far back I have to go. Media. Because I don't think I've taken a picture of it in a very long time. So I use for my storage, I use a Synology DS 1621 XS Plus, and then I just have a bunch of switches in my thing. I have a UNVR Pro. Yeah, this is going back way too far. Oh well, that's fine. I think I have it on my Instagram. Anyway, I have a UNVR Pro of the USW24 PoE Enterprise. What else do I have in there? I have a Grandstream phone system. I have a Cyber powered UPS. I have a couple of Aruba switches that are doing nothing. I forget what else I have. Maybe I'll do a video on my rack. I need to re-clean it up. I'm thinking about cutting all my cables and re-terminating it. It's getting a mess. I really like the Synology though. Synology's great. Is an upgrade from the Nano HD to the U6 meaningful? Are you having issues with it? Can you use one of the same mounting points for... No, you can't. They usually come with a bigger... Like the U6 Pros come with these metal Pro mounts, which are actually really great. Mateus? Mathia? How's it going? From Sydney. You've got the... Yeah, I like it. So well, actually, we'll talk about the job that I was supposed to be filming yesterday in a minute. I don't mind it. I don't mind the rack, and you could put servers in it if you need it. I don't have any servers in it. So any comment on the AI DSLR? So we were trying to... I was working with my Ubiquiti contact to try to get it, but it had to get approved by higher ups, and I don't think it got approved. Okay, so the job that I was supposed to do yesterday, I posted in the YouTube comment section or whatever community section, youtube.com. So I didn't end up doing this. So I got to figure out what we're doing for videos this week. So I know everybody likes to see on-site jobs. Well, this Saturday I got permission and we're still going to be filming this job, but We pre-cabled this job a long time ago, probably about 2 months ago. And the network rack was supposed to be on the ground in this separate room by itself. Well, now it's changed, so we have to, and it was supposed to be on the wall, actually. So now they're getting a 12U rack. They're actually getting one of these, but a 12U version of it. So that's cool. But it's like in a cubby hole, like 4 feet by 4 feet, and it's about 6 feet off the ground. So I'm going to have to crawl in that cubby hole, somehow put this rack in there, and terminate everything. Like, it is going to kill my back to be in there, but we'll get it filmed. It's going to be a little bit different of an installation than I've ever done. With this house too, we'll be putting on like the wall faceplates, we'll be labeling, testing, all that stuff. They have an AI camera, AI 360, they have a couple domes, they have a couple bullets, so a kind of mismatch of everything. And I believe they have U6 APs. But the reason I couldn't do anything yesterday, they were painting. So I drove down to Toronto, and then I'm like, you know what? And the electricians were supposed to put our cables in boxes, like wall boxes. They didn't do that, and I didn't bring drywall rings with me. So I'm going to end up going back there. It needs to be done within 3 weeks, so we'll have the video up before then. It's going to be an interesting video, though, sitting in that tight of a spot. I really should just make my brother do it, but he doesn't really terminate patch panels. Just from a speed point, I don't know. Everybody's always worried about speeds. I mean, it is cool to see, getting almost a gig download and stuff like that from a speed test. But do you need it? Probably not. Most likely not. Let's see. Unifi Connect. I think we kind of already talked about that. There will be a video about this, and they sent this to me, full disclosure. So I'll probably just do it without a mount. This is the mount that I wanted. Holy crap, it's 149 bucks. Wow. So, yeah, I mean, maybe I'll buy that. If I could get the problem, I can't buy it because it's in the States and I can't get it forwarded to me. Because this would make more sense, and I don't want to put anything on my wall. Another thing with these Connect displays, or some of them anyway, you have to have PoE++ to be able to power this thing up, and it doesn't come with a PoE injector. So if you're buying that, you need to make sure that you have PoE++. It was a Borat reference, yeah. The mount is separate, yeah. So it's $6.99, and I'll mention that in my video. It does come with this VESA mount adapter, so that's nice of them, I guess. So it comes with that, and then yeah, you have to buy it. Like 199 bucks for this flush mount. Magnetic connectors. Okay, that's kind of cool. But like the Connect display is not, it's pretty heavy. So locking safety hatch. Okay, so that's good then. I think it would look cool, like actually flush mount in your wall, but I wouldn't want a 21.5 inch flush mount on my wall. I'd want like the 7 inch or 13. Unifi equals Apple, yes. Would I ever consider trying ice climbing? Probably not. I try to live not a dangerous life. I'll go on hikes. Maybe not ice climbing though. What else came out? So Unifi Talk application. Did I really? Oh, what else came out with this? The call parking is kind of cool. There are a few things that I wish they did differently with the call parking. Where it actually like shows a big icon, because when we're in call parking, it's hard to see unless you're going under like your recent calls, and that's where it's showing that you're parked, unless I was looking in the wrong spot. And it fixed a bunch of vulnerabilities. Let's see. Yeah, I try to live yeah, I'll go for hikes. That's pretty much hikes on like flat ground. Yep. Unifi was founded by the people. Yep. The owner used to work for Apple. Thoughts on a central? I have a Discord. I just put it in the chat. I wonder. You know what I should do? I should get like Nightbot or something, a bot set up in YouTube where I could just type in commands for all these. I don't know why I haven't set that up. The issue with Nightbot and stuff, it blocks some things, so I'd have to turn like all the rules off and just put in my custom commands, and that's it. Yeah, jumping out of wingsuit, no thank you. What things would I do? I went parasailing. That scared the crap out of me. I think it was in Dominican Republic or something like that. I'm like, what if this little rope snaps? And you've seen it on videos. If that little rope snaps, I'm done. Oh, here, oh, Discord. Discord's just like a chat room thingy. A lot of gamers used it. You could go on voice calls and stuff like that. It's kind of like a forum. No hand gliding, no. Hold on, I'll get you that. I'll get you the Discord link. I think this is it. Hopefully this isn't the wrong one. Let me look. Oh yeah, that's it. Here we go. There you go. Yeah, I don't know what dangerous things I would try. Like, I think we're going to Hawaii this year, probably in November. Maybe walk up a volcano, something like that. Yeah, I'm not too adventurous that way. I need to keep alive to keep putting out Unifi content. What else were we going to talk about today? Unifi could upcoming jobs. All right. So you've seen this. I did post a picture of this. The last couple on-site job videos, this is the same client. So they have a bunch of hike vision cameras, and I don't even know what else they have. Dawa and stuff like that. So we're ripping all that out. I don't even know how this is connected up here. They must just use some like concrete screws or something like that. But right now they have this 2U. I think it's a 2U. And then they have this other shelf. So this netgear switch, getting that out of there. We're going to be ripping out this, all of it. I'm going to be putting up the standard little 8U rack. Probably put a backboard on, most likely like a fire rated backboard. And get rid of this. Gone. We're going to clean up all the cables. I'm just going to cut them, re-terminate. And then I think it's about 26 cameras. So we have dome cameras. That's all we could get. We're using the dome with, for most part, we're using like 10 of these mounts. How do we look at the mounts? Where the heck are they? We're going to be using some of these mounts for the ones that aren't on drop ceiling. And then they went for this right here, which I'm very excited because I haven't installed one of these yet. So on the outside of the building right now, they have a PTZ, Hike Vision PTZ. So we're going to be putting up the Ubiquity one, and it's coming out with tracking soon. So that's great because I'll be able to do a video on it. Need more likes. Yes, we got 72 people here and 32 likes. On my grand stream 6304 weekly, I get an email message saying SIP trunk registration failed, followed shortly up by SIP trunk That's weird. I'll look that up. Send me an email. And if I don't get back to you right away, send me a text. I won't be able to get back to you today, but I can early this week. Ice climbing with the top rope is I just don't think I could. I'd be too scared of the heights. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting job. This is downtown Toronto. It's a pretty big building, and they have parking garages and stuff like that. So it will be nice to get this all cleaned up. I don't know what I'm going to do with these cables here. I'll probably just bundle it with Velcro. How are my cats doing? And then get it set up here. They have a couple displays down below. So I need to see if we have, you know what I need? I wonder if TDL has them. I need to get a couple viewports, I think. Viewport. They're out of stock. Gosh darn it. So in the meantime, I really wish that what they would do on the UNBRs is put an HDMI output on it. Would that not be nice? Yeah, they have hike vision everywhere. It's crazy. Oh my, Mocha is ripping up a box. How's the license plate reading for the AI bullet? I want to move mine over the driveway. Yeah, the license plate reader does work better when it's lower. When it first released, like that firmware released, it was hard to capture the license plate when people were coming in the driveway and nighttime, you know. But they released a new firmware, and I seem to be capturing more license plate when it's attached to my garage. Like it's probably you know, 10 to 12 feet up in the air. But yeah, it's getting better. And I don't know about how far down, because my driveway is like, I'm in a residential neighborhood. I love the PTZ. I'm assuming I'd have to use a PoE injector instead of my taxing switch. Probably. And I don't know if they come with PoE injectors. I'm not super afraid. I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. We'll see. We'll see. If I was like, we have the CN Tower in Toronto. Right? Like the CN, you could do like CN Tower walk. Let's see. Like, how the heck do I don't think that's going to work. So you could walk on the side of this and you know, it's super safe, or I wouldn't even looking at that right now. Absolutely not. Not going to happen. I'll go on roller coasters and stuff like that. Seriously, HDMI out on anything that supports Protect. Yeah, oh, that would be great. Yeah. Because realistically, you should just be able to add that, and hopefully they come out with like another UNVR that does it. Do you do any testing for new cable runs after either after first fixed or second fixed? Not doubting your ability to terminate, but more to see if the trade drilled through your cables. Yeah, we test our cables. So I use right now. I have we went over this last week, but we'll talk about NetAlley again. I have the link run. I have this one right here. Or is this the AT? I have the 2000. So I have the one that we could test fiber. It is getting a little bit older. Yeah, so I have the LRAT 2000. They have the 1000 as well. But NetAlley is sending me stuff. So we've kind of come up with like a partnership thing. So I'm going to do some videos on their stuff. I might do like an inserted ad in one of my videos. But I believe they're sending me the Link Runner G2. And they are sending me some Wi-Fi tools to keep. Where was the Wi-Fi tools? Wired Solutions. They're sending me this, the AirCheck G3 Pro. So yeah, we do test our cables, yeah. And then we'll like wire wrap the back of the cables with the labeler. Your your NVR came dead. Uh-oh. Well, yeah, do an RMA or whatever. It's probably the USB inside of it. That sucks. My first fix is getting done and the electrician already cut. Yeah, that sucks. Usually, I mean, I don't really say to use couplers, but if you need to, you need to, or just rerun the cable. But you'll have to let the client know, unless this is for your house. You'll have to let the client know you're going to be charged more. What's the AirCheck G3 Pro? Well, let's find out. I don't really know. I think it's a couple grand. AirCheck G3. I think this is it. Okay, temporarily out of stock. Maybe it's because they sent me their last one. I think this is close to about 5 grand. I believe it's about 5,000 bucks. This here, I'm not 100% sure. Let's see. Link Runner G2. Link Runner G2. Do they even have it? Oh, I don't even know if they have it on here. NetAlley, that's not it. That's not the G2. I would think it's a couple grand as well. Yeah, so this is the kit I have right now. This is just the Link Runner 2000, and this one's 2,500 bucks. The new one is a step above this, so I'm thinking it's probably about 4 grand, maybe something like that. Jason's Lab, good morning. How are you doing? Quick question: if the UMVR comes dead again when I switch to the USB, do I have to download? No, you just need to put the USB in. Jim, the IT guy, has a video on doing it. Anyone mounted a camera on their power pole? I have not. Have you seen the Link Expert TP got this new unit? I have no idea what the heck that is. Let me see. Oh, that's cool. Who's it by? Is this it? Let's see. That? Extensive network diagnostics, a handheld device for commissioning and maintenance on copper. Optimized for network testing of 1 gig. Supports PoE++. Okay, so it does LLDP, CDP, VLANs. Let's see. That's cool. Seems like a good little device. It's $1,000 US. Oh, that's not bad. I wonder how quick it is to do the testing. Oh yeah, you would have to have permission to, because that's the, yeah, you wouldn't be able to do that, I don't think. You probably, because it's city owned, right? Like the power poles would be city owned. Upgradable RAM would be nice. That is true. I'm kind of interested on that UMVR. Make a UMVR. Make a UNVR a NAS. Somebody, that was back in 2021. I'm going to have to look through the Reddit forums, see if somebody actually did it. I do have a UMVR sitting in my garage that if I did ruin it, I wouldn't be super upset. Yeah, let me find that video for you from repair UNVR USB. Oh crap, I'm looking at my videos. I don't have one. Repair UNVR USB. I thought Jim did one. Oh yeah, right here. Here's the video for it right there. David, good morning. How's it going? Plus the safety issue, yes. Only if they notice, yeah. If you put a little AI theta in there, they might not notice. Have you seen the guy who put a USB to MV in? No, I have not. No. Duke, if you're a part of my Discord, I don't know if you went into it. Maybe send me an email on that. You taking a break from Twitch? This is my thing with Twitch. I go on for like a month, and then I'm off for like 2 months. We'll see. I started playing Resident Evil. I forget what. Kind of scary. I was playing it this morning. I might get back onto Twitch because there's the new Resident Evil 4 that's coming out. And I definitely want to play it. I think this comes out March 24th, but I'm pretty busy. Like I got a lot of jobs coming up. Like, okay, so this week, tomorrow, I'm going to quote a job for a rack cleanup for this warehouse. Then after that, I got to go readjust some cameras and then put in a couple or hard drives. Tuesday's consulting, Wednesday's consulting. Thursday, I need to go downtown Toronto to put in a full network. Friday, I got to go start cable pulling about an hour and a half away for like 100 and something cables. So this week's going to be busy, and I still need to get some videos done for the channel. I think they were hot glued into the socket. But I think you could get rid of that, right? Oh, okay. I just got your email. I just got the email. Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, so the Spaceman, the problem is with YouTube, they don't allow you putting in links. See how it's not showing up there? Yeah. Anyway, I did get the email, so I'm gonna check it out. I wouldn't mind. I don't know if Ubiquity would be mad at that. I doubt they would be. I'd have to put like a disclaimer on the video, like if you ruin your UNVR doing this, it's not my fault, right? Like do it at your own risk. Speaking about NetAlley some more, I'm really excited to test out this Air G3 Pro. Does Wi-Fi 6? I think it does. Does it do Wi-Fi 6E? I thought it did. Oh, it does 6E. So it's going to be really interesting to use all these different tools and see how it compares to Ubiquity. So I was thinking earlier this morning in the shower, I was like, if I'm going to do a site survey, first I'm going to put it into Unified Design Center, put my access points where I think I should put them, mount the access points, and then we'll do a finalization with NetAlley because it does the heat map and stuff like that, and see how close Unified Design Center was to the NetAlley. I think that would make for a good video. But I mean, some people won't want to spend money on this type of stuff unless they're doing this as a job. you're not gonna buy this stuff if you're a home user. Oh, really? Oh, that's cool. Okay, so maybe I will do a video. I'm gonna look into this after the live stream. As you're pulling the Cat 6, do you ever kink, and how bad? Not typically. The reason for kinking most of the times with your cable is you have it in the cold too long. And it depends on the distributor. What, like their boxes, you just got to make sure that it doesn't like completely rip, and you have to test your cable. For this job, we're going all Ubiquiti. The only thing that isn't Ubiquiti is the network rack and the keystone jacks. Those are vertical cable, and the patch panels, that's vertical cable as well. But the cabling is going to be Ubiquiti. The access points, Ubiquiti, firewall switches, all that stuff, cameras, Ubiquiti. So it's pretty well, if Ubiquiti came out with keystones and a tool to crimp them, I'd probably use it. What kind of switch do you recommend for 10 4K cameras? Something that could handle the power. Let's see, what is the power? Holy crap, those are expensive. $608. Wow. What's the power? 12.5 watts. So you're looking at 120 watts at least. You'd have to go with their Pro switch. You'd have to go with this guy, right? Oh, I assume you're probably not in Canada. I'll just put the US link. I think they're sold out too. That's the switch I would do, the Pro. Just because you have enough power for that. Because if you're doing more, you still have some play. Playing catch up. Yeah, I probably won't be on too much longer. We've already been going an hour and 2 minutes. I think I have to work today at 2 as well. I believe. Cutting over a business from, I forget what firewall they were using. Anyway, using some firewall, we're switching it all over to Ubiquiti. Yeah, the pros kind of keep going. Everything keeps kind of going up in price, and I don't know if it's the exchange rate. Because, let me see. Like if we were looking at the UDM SE, I bought the UDM SE, a couple of them. Oh my God, that went up way. No, maybe it was the UDM Pro. It was the UDM Pro. I think it was like $500, and then it went up to 508, and then it went up to 513. So it's really weird how it's going up just by a few dollars each time. What would happen? You should. I've been telling you to do Ubiquiti videos. Ubiquiti is, if we're thinking about YouTube growth, it's harder to grow when you're using something like even PFSense, or if you're using Ingenious or any of those, just because there's not as much interest as Ubiquiti. Because Ubiquiti is like Apple, right? Everybody loves them. There, if you look through, you can do analytics searches if you use TubeBuddy, and TubeBuddy shows a way higher interest in Ubiquiti than any other vendor. Yes, you will become to Ubiquiti and put all your money into it. There's not a whole lot that Ubiquiti can't do, like their firewalls. And I think people who think that they can't just don't use them, and they don't know how to configure them because they use different words for like their traffic management and all that type of stuff. I mean, there probably is a few things missing, but for me, all my customers, we're fine. Yep. I'm addicted to Ubiquiti. I love it. Yeah, UDM Pros are a little cheaper in the state. Our dollar sucks right now. I think our dollar's at like 0.75 compared to the US dollar. No, it's $3.79. UDM Pro, but the SE is $4.99. Tony, how's it going? Quick Tech Solutions, good morning. Definitely addicted. Yeah, it's when I first I started this channel, I think my first couple videos were about Xbox, and then like Xbox getting NAT open or whatever. Started kind of doing cabling stuff, and then I was doing like Cisco Fabric interconnects and stuff like that for Cisco UCS servers. And then I started growing into Ubiquiti because I always had used it. And then the addiction became real and I kept buying it and buying and buying it. And now the channel is like 93% Ubiquiti. Pete McCallum, everybody say hi to my dad. Good morning. Actually, it's afternoon. It's 12 o'clock now. You should come. You should get some Ubiquiti stuff. They have so much to offer, and there's there's a lot of content that you could put out based on Ubiquiti, especially if you're new to Ubiquiti, because you have Unifi Network, you have Unifi Talk, you have Unifi Access, you have Unifi Connect, Unifi UID. So you have all these different controllers, and within those controllers, you can make multiple different videos out of. Like you could do load balancing, you could do failover, you could do, Unifi Protect setup. There's endless possibilities to do. I've done a lot of them, pretty much all of it. Glad you bought an extra spare. Yeah, I got a couple sitting around here. The G4 Pros do have better night vision. I'm really hoping that the G5 Dome has better night vision, or at least the same as the G4 Dome. Because the G4 Bullet compared to the G5 Bullet, the G4 Bullet's better. I don't know. Does it show you how many IR LEDs they have? Sensor. No, it doesn't. Doesn't say. Because I think on the G5 Bullet they only have 2 LEDs, and I think within the G4 it has like 10. Perfect, no worries. Let's see. Yeah, so ask your questions. I'm only going to be on here for a few more minutes. I got to get prepared for my job this afternoon. I don't know why I book stuff for Sundays afternoons. I need to start taking Sundays off. But if you are looking to hire me for anything, you can go to my website. Boop, Mac Telecom Networks. I kind of want to redesign this. I was talking about this last time. It does what I need, like, you could contact me and stuff like that. We got our affiliate thingies, which are okay. So these are all up to date. So we have my social media. We got my one other thing I need to update too is this gallery. These pictures are pretty old. Well, not super old, but actually this person just contacted me the other day to move their rack. I guess they're getting some unit back in this corner, so may have to go back there. Whoops. This was one of my favorite installs right here. The bundling, it just looks so cool. Why is this not loading? There we go. That was for a house. The person was an electrician. We didn't even have to pull cables in that job. It was perfect. Yeah, I gotta stop working on Sundays. We'll see. I mean, besides doing live streams and stuff like that, or maybe preparing for my videos for the week. I don't need so it depends where you live in the world. Like some states require you to have like a low voltage license. I don't need it in Ontario. So you'd have to look up the laws of your state to see. Tim, you as well. Yeah, I tend to work quite a bit on weekends. I like to be in like if we have to go pull cables in an office building, I'd rather nobody be there and me be there. I don't care. I'll work every weekend so that there's no one around me. Oh, you needed to pull in BC? Oh, interesting. I wonder why there's so much difference. Like, yeah, it's weird. I wonder how hard it would be to get that license too. Have you used Synology Surveillance Station? How does it compare to Unifi Protect? I'm just wondering if that's a better budget solution due to being able to use cheaper Amcrest. So you have to buy licenses. You have to buy the Synology, which, I mean, whatever. It's all right. I think the ease of use, Ubiquiti kills them. I think it's way easier to use. But then again, you only can use Ubiquiti cameras with their UNVR. You can't use the Amcrest. So if that's the route you're trying, if you want to use a bunch of different vendors, you'll have to go with Synology. Oops. Yeah, you don't need a trade license in Ontario. I did my CEDIA media dynamic training in Ontario. The first thing Dan, the instructor, said who were in BC. Who here are in for, oh, you need a ticket. Oh, okay. The rest of you are safe. Yeah, I'm kind of glad that we're safe because that would suck having to go through that training. I feel a lot of these trainings are kind of just like money grabs. If you look at like working from heights and, you know, maybe not scissor lift training. When I did mine, they didn't even put us on the scissor lift. It was literally death by like screen share or whatever. They were just doing screenshots the whole time and going through it. It's like, how do you get, like, I don't even know how to drive this thing. It's kind of the same with when you're doing like Belden certificates. I had Belden copper and fiber certificate. They gave you all the answers at the end. It's really weird. You much prefer working on location with no employees? Yes, same. Especially trades. Like if there's a couple employees there, fine. But typically when there's other trades like plumbers, electricians, you're always getting each other's way. Yeah, we don't need a license either to do surveillance, which is great. Obviously I would get it if we needed it, but at the end of the day, we don't. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you all for coming by. I might go live this week. I always say that, and then I never do until Sunday. There's 2 fish in the tank. One says, "Do you know what? What do they say? Do you know how to drive this thing?" What am I gonna say? So watch out for videos this week. I'm probably gonna do the G5 Dome first. We'll get the Connect out. Anything else? Hopefully, Unifi OS 2.0 comes out, and then we'll do a video on that. We'll hopefully have some videos on-site jobs coming soon. I also have Grandstream firewall rules to do, VPN. I need to do high availability for Grandstream and a couple other things. Anyway, all right, everybody. No, UDM for the UDM Pro, they need to push to 2.5 first, then 3.0. All right, guys, have a good weekend. I will talk to you later. Take care.